Hello everybody, how are you? In this video we will talk about file server resource management. So now we are in the server 2019, Windows Server 2019, and we create from the previous lecture we create the HR, and in the client, if you go here and go to the computer or my computer, I can see I can access the HR. But now you can see here HR 63 gigabyte. Now I want to the user here, this user or the users in the client, maybe you have 100 of users or 1,000 of users in the network. I don't want the users can access all the size of the file. I just make the user, for example, every user can access 10 gigabyte or 1 gigabyte or whatever. So I can add a quota to this file here. I prevent user to using more than 10 giga, for example, or 4 giga or 100 megabyte as you want. Normally in the companies, the users just need, for example, 10 gigabyte or 5 gigabyte, just working with the files, working with the Word files or Excel files, spreadsheet, PowerPoint files, and so on. So I can just add a quota to every user, just 10 gigabyte, for example. Not just like this. Many users or some of users just add the video or videos file, for example, MP4 files, MP3 files, and images, and so on. And in their work, they just need to using document, for example, Excel or Word. So also I can prevent the users. I can just make him or enforce user just to add or restrict the user and enforce him just to add text file, for example, as the administrator want. So now if I want to make like this, I should add a new services in the server. Go to the server, from the server manager, and from here add rules or from manage, and you can see here add rules and features. Next again, next. After that, go to the file and storage services, and again expand file and ISCSI. Now here you can see file server resource manager, file server resource manager, add features, next, and install. Now I install another service in my server to complete. Now I want to add a new file here, a new sharing file, or sorry, folder. Name it, for example, whatever, for example, and just to add a text file inside it, just TAX. Now I can make it shareable. I explained that in the previous lecture. Go to the sharing, advanced sharing, share this folder, and give the permission to the everyone. For example, here I mean Usama, Ahmad, Ali, everyone here. Just can make it by default, or you can add your user and give him a full permission, for example, and apply and OK. And also I should add the security permission. I want to add Usama or the group manager, as we work with in the manager. In the previous lecture we create a group called manager. Inside manager I add Usama and Ali as a members in the group. So okay, also I give him permission to modify or full control, and just apply and OK and close. Now if you go to the client and map network drive, I want to map this, I want to add this folder to I want to access this folder. Just from here you can add the // and the lab.com, the domain of the server, and then the name of the file, text TEX, and enter. Now I can access the file. I can create a files inside it because I am insert or log in this computer by Usama. I can do everything, right? Because I get the permission, I give the permission. Now you can see 63 gigabyte. Now I think it is complete here. Yes, complete, and you can close it. Now from here, after installing complete, just go to the tools, and you can see here file server resource manager. Go inside it. Now you can see here file server. You can see quota management and file screening. And file screening management, that means I can prevent user to add a specific type of file. For example, I can prevent him to adding the MP4 file or any video file or any image file. So now the quota, click here, click on the quotas, right click, create quota. Now in which file I want to implement this quota? I want to implement this quota on this file that I created now, that tex. So just browse and go to the desktop. I make it in the desktop. So tex and OK. Now the quota will implement in this file, in this folder tex on the desktop. Now here you can derive properties from the quota template recommended. I have some template here. For example, I can add just 100 megabyte or 200 megabyte or 5 giga or 10 giga or whatever. Or you can add any value you need. Just from here, define custom quota, just custom properties here. And you can see here, you can add whatever. For example, 2 giga. Or for example, I want to add just 10 gigabyte. Select it to the gigabyte. 10 gigabyte. You can see here hard quota and soft quota. If I make it soft quota, for example, I add for every user or add in this folder 10 gigabyte of quota, limit for the 10 gigabyte. And one of the user using the 15 gigabyte. He can using 15 gigabyte, but the administrator will inform that the user exceed, just for monitoring the user or monitor the server or the client. But in the hard quota, the user cannot exceed the limitation, just 10 gigabyte, that means 10 gigabyte. Now I added just OK and create here. Here just add the template, for example 10 gigabyte, anything, just add anything here and OK. Now I add this quota here on the user. Now if you go to the, here you can see 63 gigabyte. Just refresh in the client. In the text, so in the HR 63 because I don't work with the HR. But text here you can see just 9.99 gigabyte. That means 10 gigabyte. Just can access 10 gigabyte the user. Also for the screening, just go to the screening here. File screens, right click, create file screen, and in which file, for example in the HR now, or in the text, same the file as you want. Just go to the text and HR for example, and OK. Also from here I can just block audio and video file, or block executable file, or block image file, and so on. Or from here just define a custom, for example block executable file or block image file. I just make image file and create. Now if you go to the HR, because I implement to the HR, now in the HR I want to create, for example, folder. I can do that. I want to add the file text. I can do that. Here for example, add bitmap image. So you need a permission to perform this action, because I prevent user to add the image file. You can prevent him to add any type of file you want. This is everything today. Thank you very much.